Ho ho ho, welcome to the Fishing for Pleasure Christmas special. I can't promise you anything, but we will try and catch some pike. Merry Christmas everyone. Well, good morning troops. Nice, fresh, bright start, full of the joys of life. Unlike the end of the last video, I'm very upbeat, as always, very confident. Not so much a change of swim today as a change of venue actually. I was working all night, so my plan was, as soon as I left work, to whiz up to the middle level, get a final session in there before Christmas. And 6 o'clock in the evening, the heavens opened up and it didn't stop raining until 4 AM. So they're going to be running that middle level off real hard. Would have been great fishing on there. So I thought, where am I going to go? So I thought, come back here, because in 24 hours, chances are the flood, or any rainwater, all the water running off the land, it'd be in the river, it'd be brown, it would be high, and that would be a challenge. So I thought, well, I'll get on this river today, because I've got a day off tomorrow. My original plan was middle level today, this river tomorrow. But so I'm going to fish this river today and then hopefully fill our boots, get some big pike out, and then fish a drain tomorrow, which can take plenty of rainwater. So we're going to get a couple of days fishing rather than ended up getting snookered. I could have gone to the middle level, no go, driven over to Lincolnshire, and that's half the day wasted. So we're here, we're fishing, we've got 3 rods in the water, we're static dead, it's whole sardine, presented on size 6 semi-barbed trebles, and hopefully reinstill some confidence in the static dead bait rigs. At the moment, I'm very happy. It's a beautiful morning. I've seen silverfish topping around the margins, quite a lot around the margins. So they are running the river off already, and they're going to run it off hard all day after that rain last night. It's still fishable, and hopefully it'll be fishable all day. And as we're struggling along this river, finding it hard to catch, let's take a look back at the year so far. It's been a great year for me. We've had some really good fish out, plenty of action, plenty of good times. It's always a good time next to the bank. So sit back, relax, and we'll go through the year as we sit here contemplating how we're going to catch these pike. And we kick off January and the start of the year on the drains. Oh, and the first session, a double take 5 minutes after arriving. Will the year continue in the same vein? That's the second one. Lovely fish. That was the first. And hopefully not the last. February sees us move on to the big rivers in search of big girls. Time's running out, season ends in March. The clock is ticking. Let's get amongst the action. Let's get a big girl before the season finishes. We're up and running. First one of the day. Not the monsters we missed out on last time, but it's a fish. Number two. Paternostered roach again, this time the big roach, not the little one. Very lively. Looked like it'd been held. Oh. It's a bigger fish, better fish. They're getting there now. They're starting to grow. Mid-March and the river season's over. What do? We need to catch a pike. Let's head north. Good morning, troops, and welcome to Bonnie, Scotland. We've ditched the rivers and drains for a couple of days. Travelled up the beautiful looking place, Castle Lock Fishery, up in Dumfries and Galloway. Hey, we hit one eventually. That one didn't stop running. It's my first Scottish pike of the trip. Lovely deep colours. Big mouth. She wolfed that bait down. She really did. Let's get her back. Paternostered roach again. They've been after them all the time, and we got one. Well, each day throws a different, great thing about pike, throws a different challenge. Today, it's that horrible silt coming down the river. So every time you reel in, you've got to spend 5-10 minutes picking it all off your line. Now, it's not raining off that hard, but it is filling up quickly. The water's rising, so I've had to move all my rod rests in 6 foot. So what the bait's presented well. And I'm quite happy with the swim-ish. May, if I ain't had a touch by midday, pack up and head to another stretch further downstream. But it's the sun's shining, the birds are singing, we're out piking, everything's great. Rum would not go amiss, would it? We've not had a single touch at all on any of the baits. So, and I've seen silverfish moving around, so there's definitely silverfish in the area. Whether there's pike in the area is a different matter, of course. There is. I was looking at a swim a couple of 100 metres down, but that's changed aspects now. The water's risen. That's not as inviting as it was at 8 o'clock. same bait. And there we go, breezing into spring, April and May, and it's time for carp. But not just sitting behind the buzzers waiting for a run. I like to get amongst it, get the float gear out, stalk them out in the margins, catch them on the surface in the spring sunshine. You can't beat it, full non-stop action. I've finally got one slightly bigger, 13, so it's not bad. Some might say unlucky for some, but a lovely mirror. They're getting bigger, big apple slices on there. Look at that tail, beautiful creature. Well, we're off to a good start. Frisky mirror in the bag. Ain't we all frisky in the morning? You can hear her. About the same size as the last two. I'm not even going to bother weighing her. She's very lively. And again, Pacific tuna, fished on an IQD rig, but float fish. Float fish to avoid those snags, to get a different angle in the water for the line, and it's working, so come on. Lovely little mirror, put up a lovely fight. Tell you it's a hit and hold job. It's jungle warfare out there. 14.4, another common, really hard fighting, really hard fighting fish in here. $14.4. Oh my days, what a lovely fish. Really dark, common, really fought hard. The size of that tail. What a cracker. Love it when a plan comes together. That ghosty circled round, well, it's not pure ghosty, but it circled round a couple of times, took some freebies, and then I nailed it. £11.13. Again, hit and hold. There's a lot of snags down there, so it was a hit and hold job. Here's a ghosty. Here we go. On the float. That's float fishing magic for you. The river produced nothing except rising waters and unfishable conditions. So it was up bright and early next morning, go again, let's get on them drains, let's try and catch some pike. I'm full on tunnel vision mode. Good morning troops, another day, another drain, and it's day 2 of this Christmas special, and well, as you're going to see, the first day wasn't too clever. Another big westerly piled in, and the whiffin was not unfishable. It was all right, but you knew straight away you weren't going to catch. If you managed to find a pike in the slack water, you'd have been all right, but other than that, water levels were up about 4 foot. So that was that, kiboshed. So today, going to fish a couple of drains, and they're chocolate brown, don't get me wrong. The drain I'm fishing now is 2-3 foot up, chocolate brown, loads of debris coming down. I've been fishing about 20 minutes, half hour, but I haven't had the rods in more than 5 minutes. It's a case of fishing the margins, very tight, slack water, hoping those pike are patrolling along the banks out of the main drag. Why'd you go, you say? Well, and I know people will be cynical and say, well, you've got to make a video. It's nothing to do with that. I've got a couple of days off this week, just before Christmas. Well, I've got 2 days off to go fishing. The rest of the time is family time over Christmas for me. So I've got 2 days to go fishing. Worst 2 days. Yeah, it's absolutely diabolical. Now, if I came here next week, Christmas Eve or something, I'd fill my boots, you know, in the next couple of days, Christmas Eve or so. But you know, I can't get out then. It's like everybody else, you know, if you're working, you get limited time on the bank. What are you going to do? Are you going to go, or are you just going to sit at home and moan about it? I might as well just get out, put the rods out. I'm going to say I'm going to fish here till 10. If I ain't had nothing, I shall pack up, whiz up to another drain, fish that for another couple of hours, and if I ain't had nothing then, whoosh, home. Merry Christmas, get some brownie points. I was driving along and it was dark, so, and a little bit of northern soul on, I was happy as Larry, but as soon as I got out, I could see, I had a feeling it would be bad, but you know, it is bad. So, let's say I'm just going to place a couple of rods in the margins with normal 3-rod approach. And I'm just going to fish the slack water for a couple of hours. If Mrs. Pike is around and she's on the hunt and she finds the baits in that water, then it's happy days. If not, nothing ventured, nothing gained. Merry Christmas, troops. Welcome back. Let's try and catch some pike for you. And all of a sudden, June's here. Before the season starts and on a family holiday, we nip across the sea to the beautiful Northern Ireland. And again, we're in search of pike. Sadly, no joy this trip, but I will be back. Before you know it, the river season's up and away, June has faded away, and we're in midsummer, July and August, and we're targeting the big rivers and we're after big tension bream, and it didn't disappoint. Before that dreaded weed moved in, the old duckweed, it was fishing fantastic, and some fantastic fish came out. Oh yes, we're up and running. First tench of the session, first tench of the river season, £6.10. Corn and dendrobina cocktail. I thought I was getting hit with a little stuff, but oh no. £6.10. Bit of his tail missing. Otters around, you know that bit of the tail gone. But a lovely fish. The tinkers are up and running. £6.10. Well, after my nightmare hour of missing a few bites, another beautiful Whiffam tench turns up. £6.11. No damage to this one. The otters haven't been at him. Not the tench we were after, but I'll catch these all day long. £8.13. Beautiful Whiffam bream. Worm and corn cocktail again. Let's get it back, see if we can catch some more. Well, here we go. I thought it was a smaller one, but it turned out to be a pound heavier. £7.10. Immaculate, big tail. Look at the paddle on that tail. Really pleased with that one. Well, here we are, troops. Venue number 3 of the video, and when in doubt, return to Old Faithful, eh? So we're out here, we're hoping for it, we're hoping, beyond hope. No, we're hoping to catch a few fish, that's all. It's this drain system used to be one of the best pike fisheries in the country, bar none. Them days are long gone. There's still pike here. Am I going to catch a 30? Never. Well, the odds are, in all probability, no. Not out of here, not anymore. 8 years ago I had one just under, but you know, in the 29s, but yeah, it's long gone, those days. Are we going to get 20? It's possible. It is possible, but if you was a gambling man, I wouldn't put any money on it. What I'm doing coming here is, I know A is fishable, even though the water is, it's still at its winter level, so it's holding the rain well. There's not a lot of debris coming down. You know, it's a nice chocolatey colour, as you'd expect with all the rain we've had, but it is entirely fishable. There's no issues there at all, presenting baits, holding bottom, nothing like that. If there's pike in the area, will we catch anything big? I would say if I had a double, I've had a good day. If I get a mid to high double, I've had an exceptional day, and I've probably had the biggest fish in the stretch. So that's, you know, that's just the state of play. You can't do anything about it. That's just the way it is. So you fish for what's in front of you. And as I'm on a row of blanks, I had 2 blanks on the bounce yesterday's session, and the last 2 on the river with them I've blanked. One through missed runs. Yesterday, as you can see today from the first drain we visited, it's just the conditions. We've had just another deluge, a big low come in, a big westerlies hit us, and it's knocked all the fishing back. So I've got 3 rods out, left the last place at 10 to 10. I've got 3 rods out at 10:30, so I'm more than happy. Will I be more than happy with the results? I think so. I think we'll catch. I always catch here. I think dreaded last words out one, isn't it? I always catch here. You know, it might not be the fishery it was. There might not be any monsters in here, but it normally does you a fish if you put in the effort and the hard work. So, as I say, it's 10:30. I ain't even had a cup of coffee yet this morning. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to sit down, take a breather, recharge the batteries, cup of coffee, dunk a few biscuits, and hope that one of those rods roar off. The heat of summer subsides and we're into our old Indian summer, September. Let's switch over to the small, more intimate venue in search of chub and roach. Oh, I do love this style of fishing. The water level is not always conducive to get on it when you want. September, it was perfect. Oh, we're off to a flyer. We're off to a flyer. I'm really glad I came this morning. Weren't going to go fishing this week. Too much work, too much family stuff. Well, I thought I'd have a couple of sneaky hours in the morning on the local river. First fish of the day, first cast. Beautiful conditions, little chub, a 3 pound 2. £3 2 ounce chalk stream chub. Oh, they're getting bigger. We've switched over to the stick float and it's much more effective. Fantastic fishing, cracking bites, and the roach are getting bigger. They really are. Look at that beauty. On a stick float, I'll show you in a minute. Beautiful, a few little spots on its tail, but that is a lovely roach. I haven't weighed it, but I might. Could be close to a pound, so I might weigh it. Not quite. 13 ounces. I'm pretty good at estimating weights. Over the years I've caught plenty of roach to a pound or 2 pounds, and I've very close, 13 ounces. Oh my days. Let's get it back, see if we can catch that one over the magic 1 pound mark, and even a 2 pound mark. Are we looking at 3 blanks on the bounce? I mean, I've hardly blanked all season. A couple of overnight Xander sessions that didn't pan out, but on the whole, the pike fishing has been pretty damn productive this winter. And then all of a sudden, bosh, 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 and I run now. This could well be the 3rd one on the bounce. Got about an hour of daylight left. Looks like it's going to rain on me. And no matter what I do, no matter where I put that left hand rod, it gets taken out by a clump of weeds somewhere along the line. Like I chucked it right close into the margin. See if there's anything doing it. It's really normally a productive rod, that left hand side, but not today. Right hand side and the middle rods are not even so much as bleaked. So I gave it a good plumb around when I arrived here. It's only 18 inches, average is 2 foot. There are some, you know, it's up and down. It hasn't been desilted or dredged for donkey's years. That's why, that's why the sport has suffered as well. There's just no depth at all to the whole venue, you know, the whole stretch. You know, it's gradually getting shallower and shallower every year, you know. It's a shame really, you know. Used to catch 8 pound tench along here quite regular. And before you know it, we're back to the pike season. Oh, what a start we've had. Some nice 20s, plenty of backup doubles and high doubles. Let's hope the new year brings in some of this action. Doesn't make up for the one we lost. Nothing to make up for that, but there's no point in being downhearted. That's gone. We got one in the bag. We're going to weigh it and we'll see what she goes. £20 and 1 ounce. First 20 is lovely. £20 and 1 ounce. First one of the autumn. Hopefully not the last. Oh. Well, 20s are like buses, aren't they? 21.5. They're getting bigger every trip. Ooh, bit weedy in my mouth. Very lively. Didn't put up hardly any fight, so just going to turn her around, pick her up on my preferred hand. Oh, come on. That's it. Calm down, girl. Ooh, look at the size of her. She is absolutely beautiful. She is huge. I've got another run. I've got to go. Unhook this one in the water to show you quickly. Get it back. It's a lovely fish. Paternoster smelt again, and then we'll get the 20 back. Whew. There we go. Not a double take. Lip hooked, unhooked with a hand. Them single hooks. Oh, I play a blinder when they're working. Bigger fish. It's absolutely fantastic. We'll get this one back quickly and have a look at the other one. Woohoo! Get her back. Oh, and we'll get her back. £21, 5 ounces. Absolute monster. Absolute beast. Let's get her back. Whoa ho 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 ho! Look at the colours, beautiful. We're off the mark pike-wise. No joy with the zander yet. Beautiful coloured fish, really dark greens. Beautiful dark rich colours, fantastic looking fish. Look at the size of the head. Be a big girl one day. She's beautiful. She's huge. She's lovely. Decent size. Off the mark. Paternoster smelt. Look at the back on her. And there's the front. The mug shot. Let's get her back. See if we can catch some of our target species and some more pike. Oh, happy days. Well, we didn't catch anything over that trip, troops, but if you don't try, you never know, do you? And I'll tell you what, I really do appreciate you all joining me on this channel throughout the year, taking time to watch and get involved and make some comments. Really do appreciate it. I hope you all have a great Christmas, and I'll see you on the banks real soon. Tight line, troops, and Merry Fishmas.